The night was soft and quiet, a perfect night for dreams to begin their magic. Raju, 6 years old, snuggled into his bed, and Priya, his 5-year-old sister, hugged her favorite teddy bear. Rio, their dog, was already fast asleep, twitching his nose, and Mitu the parrot was tucked into his feathery ball on his perch. Soon, Raju and Priya's eyes grew heavy, and they drifted into dreamland. Suddenly, they weren't in their beds anymore. They were floating gently amid soft, fluffy clouds. The clouds weren't white, but swirled with colors of lavender, peach, and glowing silver. "Wow!" Raju whispered, as a fluffy cloud tickled his ear. "We're flying!" Priya giggled, reaching out to touch a shimmering cloud. "It feels like a giant cotton ball." "We floating fun," Mitu chirped from above them, fluttering his wings. He wasn't on his perch, but playfully flying around them. Rio, surprisingly, was floating too, paddling his paws in the air, like he was swimming in the soft clouds. Suddenly, a tiny, sad sniffle echoed through the clouds. Raju and Priya looked around. Floating a little way off, on a small, lonely cloud, was a tiny Dreamweaver sprite. It looked like a little person made of faint starlight, but its light was very dim, and it was shivering. It had dropped its tiny, glowing dream net, and it looked terribly lost. "Oh dear," Priya whispered, her heart swelling with empathy. "It looks so cold and sad." "Its light is almost gone," Raju observed, reaching out a gentle hand. "It must be lost from its dream." Mitu flew closer. "Poor sprite, can't weave happy dreams when you're chilly. Can't weave." Rio whined softly, looking at the shivering sprite with concern. "It needs something warm and soft," Priya said. Her eyes scanned the swirling clouds around them. They were fluffy, yes, but not really warm. Raju's eyes twinkled with a playful idea. What if we made it a blanket? A cloud fluff blanket." Priya's eyes lit up. "Yes!" A comforting gift. Together, they began to gather the softest, warmest-looking cloud fluff. It felt like holding moonlight mixed with cotton. They patted it gently, shaping it into a small, fluffy rectangle. Mitu helped by pushing stray bits of cloud with his beak, making funny plink-plonk noises. Rio carefully nudged the cloud fluff with his nose. When their cloud fluff blanket was ready, shimmering with soft, comforting colors, Raju and Priya gently floated it towards the shivering Dreamweaver sprite. The sprite looked at the blanket, then at their kind faces. Its googly eyes seemed to widen. Slowly, hesitantly, it reached out its tiny, trembling hands and pulled the cloud fluff blanket around itself. And then, a truly magical thing happened. As the sprite wrapped itself in the soft cloud fluff, its dim light began to glow brighter. The shivering stopped. It looked at Raju and Priya, then let out a tiny, happy giggle, a sound like tiny bells ringing softly. It felt warm and cozy. "It worked," Priya squealed softly. "Happy sprite." "Happy dreams," Mitu chirped, doing a little loop-de-loop. The Dreamweaver sprite, now warm and bright, gently nudged its glowing dream net towards them as a thank you, before it began to float happily away, ready to weave sweet dreams again. Their floating adventure had made a big difference. Slowly, the colorful clouds began to fade, and Raju and Priya felt themselves gently descending back into their own soft beds. They opened their eyes just a tiny bit, and the first hint of morning light peeked through the window. They smiled at each other, a shared secret dream twinkling between them. They knew it wasn't just a dream. Later, snuggled deeper into their beds, The world outside was quiet. Raju closed his eyes, seeing the glowing cloud fluff in his mind. Priya hugged her teddy bear tight, feeling the warmth of their kind act. Rio let out a soft sigh, dreaming of floating adventures. Mithu gave a tiny, sleepy chirp, then tucked his head under his wing. Filled with the warmth of family love, the joy of their comforting gift, and the sweet feeling of empathy, Raju, Priya, Rio, and Mithu drifted peacefully to sleep.